Hey, what's going on, mi gente? Welcome back to Tech Based Gaming. This is your boy Chino, and today we got a little bit of a different video. Sorry about that. I just hit a cable real quick. Uh, we're gonna be reviewing season 1 of One Piece. Now, as y'all know, I am a huge anime fan. All right, so I was like, how can I do this? And I was like, maybe I could do something else or whatever. Then I was like, you know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make videos, and I can't promise that I'm gonna always do this. All right, is that One Piece is something huge, and I'm trying to catch up to One Piece, hopefully in time uh, for the new season to premiere, or at least a few episodes, to come out. I don't want to be too far behind, but I am trying to catch up to One Piece. But Jesus, there's so many episodes. So what I decided to do is I'm just gonna play a random game in the background while trying to review whichever show, movie, anime, whatever it may be. Uh, but I'm trying to do a review while playing a video game. That's pretty much the plain, simple, boring version, essentially. And the game is always gonna vary. There might obviously be some repeating games because I can only play whatever I got. But I figured this might be just a cool way to just do a review while playing something. So yeah, mi gente, grab whatever it is you need in order to embrace the good vibes. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Now let's dive into the review.
I have to try harder.
Alright, mi gente. First of all, welcome to Returnal. If you know me personally, you know that I love this game to death. It's one of my favorite games of all time at this point, and honestly, it's one of my favorite games to come out on this next gen. The game is freaking fantastic, and I'm just looking to find a way to restart the story mode essentially. So, I mean, this game is honestly incredible. But so that was my just a little heads up before we get into the review portion of the video. So, another quick heads up. I have been watching a ton of One Piece. I'm currently in season 2. I don't even think I'm halfway through season 2. I think I'm on, like, actually, you know what? Let me actually pull up my Crunchyroll. This is all live, by the way. You know me, I always record my videos live. Nothing's ever scripted, none of that crap. Whatever happens is whatever y'all get. So I'm currently on season 2, episode 78 of One Piece. And essentially at that point, Nami is sick with something. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you have seen One Piece and you know who Nami is. So that's where I'm at in the anime. So let's start to why have I decided to watch One Piece? Well, as I've told y'all before in previous videos, back in high school, I took I decided to stop watching anime because I was just kind of tired of animes always leaving me on these crazy cliffhangers. And most of the time you would probably get some type of payoff, but but also a good amount of the time you would never get a payoff because the anime would just get canceled, or you wouldn't get a payoff till like 5 years later. You know what I mean? Animes love doing that shit. And so it's just one of those things where it's like, it turns me off so bad. So I said, F it, I'm gonna take a little break. Excuse me, gente, I just got a cough real quick. Alright, we're back. So yeah, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, I took a break from anime and stuff like that. But recently I've decided to be diving back into it. And so I decided, you know what? When I watched One Piece originally, I only ever saw like half season 1. I don't even think I ever finished season 1 originally. So I'm like, you know what? I want to watch it. I know the new season is coming out soon. And I was like, I also want to be a part of the One Piece crew. Whenever the manga, the show stops. And so, yeah, I just want to be a part of history, essentially. because when that anime comes to an end, that manga comes to an end, it's gonna be crazy. Because I think they're at over almost 1,200 episodes. I think they're almost at 1,200 episodes. Now, sometimes in this game, there can be secret walls and stuff like that. So you always have to look around in this game. God, man. Whenever I come back to this game, I just fall in love with it all over again. It's so good. So freaking good. So yeah. So I just decided to just watch One Piece from beginning to the end, essentially. And so far, I decided to just start over with season one. Because I was like, I don't remember shit of what happened in One Piece. I literally just remember the main character, and that's about it. So we restarted it, and I gotta admit, it's it's kind of cool, when you go back to watch these older animes, because some of the jokes are cringe as hell. What the hell just hit me there? I gotta admit, some of the jokes are cringe as hell, but that's just 90s comedy for you. Back then they were allowed to say a lot more shit. God damn, I miss those days. But anyways, um, I saw season one, and I gotta admit, it was pretty good. But I want to say the last 4 or 5 episodes were just so god dang boring. It was so boring, and they honestly didn't really do much for the story. So I mean, unless those characters are gonna come back, um, I really don't get the point of them. I really don't. And so essentially, at the end of season one, like the last few episodes, like they go to this rant. They're gonna go drop off this random chick that they met, and they're gonna take her to her home. And her grandfather, someone who she calls her grandfather, is like a dragon, essentially, and they have to like save the dragon and shit. Um, but honestly, it was just nothing but filler. It was like 5 to 6 straight episodes of filler. And, that's also the thing with animes. That's just something they do. And I don't mind filler episodes. I really don't. But if you're gonna give me fillers, at least space them out. You know what I mean? Make it like every few episodes. But giving me filler episodes for like 5 back to back. Oh good god. It kind of just takes me out of the anime. So yeah, that was oh my god. How the hell what? Why didn't she grab that? Why didn't she grab that? So we start the anime, we get our our super cheesy yet it is it's a very good intro. It's a very good intro. And at first I was like, dog, this is so cheesy. It's so 90s, And but it kind of brought back so many memories of like my childhood and stuff. And as I kept watching it, it kind of just grew on me. Oh my god, I missed. I missed. And so for those of y'all who don't know, if you've never played this game, these yellow things, they give you obolites, which is essentially space bucks, space money. So you want to kill those whenever you see them. So yeah, but the anime intro grew on me, and I like it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Season 2 intro is pretty good too, if I do say so myself. And then we meet Luffy, and Luffy is essentially Reed Richards on steroids. At this point in the anime, he's just Reed Richards. He has nothing else. So don't be trying to spoil shit for me, guys. All right. And by the way, if you do try to spoil shit for me, I'm just gonna go ahead and block it. All right. I won't block you from the channel yet. The first time, I won't do it then. But do it more than once, then yes, I will just kind of block you from the channel, if I'll be honest. Oh man, oh man, oh man, he big mad. He big mad. Boom, bitch. Oh my god. So yeah, we meet Luffy, and Luffy is honestly just this funny ass, loving ass dude who does nothing but care about people. Essentially, he's Asta from Black Clover. Um, and I know people. Me and one of my friends were joking that who came first, Luffy or Asta, and I believe Luffy came first. Because I'm pretty sure Luffy was probably thought of like super early, maybe late 80s, and then didn't get actually like big until like the 90s. But regardless of that, he's essentially Asta, and you know he wants to get the good out of everybody. Even though they're the biggest pieces of shit, he just sees the best in people. You know, and that's honorable. But sometimes, evil's gonna be evil, bro. And so we meet Luffy, and he's like, I'm gonna become the Pirate King, and we're gonna go. We meet his crew. Essentially, season one is just introducing you to the beginning of his crew, and he fights a few bosses. There was he fights like I think his name is like Bobo the Clown or some shit like that, and like and Luffy. I guess I should start off by saying Luffy essentially gets his powers because he ate a special type of fruit, and I think it's called the devil fruit. I could be wrong. Again, I've watched so much One Piece, so my season one review might just be all over the place. So forgive me. That's just how my brain works. So I apologize. So yeah, he eats a devil fruit, and in the beginning you're like, what the hell is a devil fruit and stuff, but you find out later on that his mentor, essentially named Shank, I believe, um, he's the one that gives Luffy his signature straw hat, and something happened. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but Shank was the person who had the devil fruit, and something happens, and Luffy ends up eating it, and he gets these powers. Um, but I really wouldn't call them powers. I guess I would say abilities. Um, and so he starts off with this ability to essentially stretch to like these incredible lengths and stuff like that. And he's essentially like, at least to this point, he's like unkillable. I'm just gonna put it that way. I wouldn't say immortal or invincible, but he's essentially unkillable. Cause they do fuck him up a few times. They really do. And he somehow always survives. So that's what I'm saying, unkillable as of now. And he's just a fun dude, man. He's funny as hell. I think his full name is Monkey D. Luffy, I think. Feel free to correct me, for you One Piece experts out there. And yeah, he's a really cool character. I like him a lot. He's relatable, I can see why he's loved by so many. And I mean by so many people across the world. Oh shit. Oh shit now. You bitch. I love this weapon so much. Cause it just makes like a webbing of just destruction. It's freaking incredible. And so he fights off with Bobo the Clown. And I don't remember which order it happens in. But he fights Bobo the Clown, and then he also fights this really big fat chick. I can't remember her name, and I don't think she has devil fruit powers. I don't think she does. Um, but I know Bobo the Clown, when he does fight him, he does have these devil fruit powers, and his ability is that he can like essentially like separate his body at will, and then call them back together to become whole again. It's pretty cool, but honestly, I hate clowns. So that guy, okay, if I'm being real with y'all, that boss, he can go die in a ditch somewhere. And it was actually a really cool fight, if I can be honest. It was a really cool fight. Um, and honestly, he is a cool character. He really is a cool character. Did you see that? It was like an enemy got hurt or something like that. That was kind of weird. Um, but yeah, so we meet, I think, the first member of his crew. If I remember correctly, the first person that we meet and that he recruits is Zoro, and he's like a master swordsman essentially. Yeah, let's get rid of this one. He's a master swordsman, and he is, I'm assuming, the creator, the founder, the master of the three sword art. And he's freaking cool, man, because he holds two blades normally, in his hand. But then this mother also holds a sword with his goddamn mouth. Like, what, bro? Like, what? His back. I'm not gonna spoil any of the backstories for these characters, by the way, because if you're like me and went in blind, the backstories are honestly really freaking good, and each one just gets more and more emotional. It's kind of freaking crazy. It's kind of nuts. There's nothing down there. How do I get this house? Can I just jump over here? I think I can. Work. Excellent. And so he recruits this guy Zoro, and Zoro's a freaking badass. He's awesome. And it's kind of weird because Zoro is, I guess, known as a pirate hunter, essentially. And so for a pirate to want to hire him, he's kind of like, what the is wrong with you, bro? But he grows to like Luffy, and then he ends up joining his crew. And then after that, I can't remember. I believe. Oh mate, you know what? Yeah, I think the next recruit is a character named Usopp. He's essentially, or Usopp, I think that's what his name is. He's essentially like their marksman. So you got Luffy, who's the main crew. All right, I'm just gonna run past this because this comes into play for the story mode, and so I really don't want to get into detail with that. This is our shop in this game. And as for these robots here, you don't have to take them out. They're not going to hurt you or anything like that. But some of them do. But when they do, they have like this red electricity around them. But these guys, you can take them out if you want some extra space bucks. So then the next member we meet, if I'm not mistaken, is Usopp. And he's the marksman. And he's also a very cool character. His backstory is also very sad. Like, yo, what's up with all these backstories, dog? These backstories are crazy. He joins the crew, and he's honestly like such a weird character. He can be an absolute like wimp at times, but then there are times where he steps up big. There's nothing back there we actually need, so. And yeah, he's a cool character. And after that, I believe we meet Sanji. I believe that's what his name is, and hopefully I said it right. And he is the cook. He's the chef of the crew, And it's cool because we're essentially getting the basic characters, like the basic needs. We're getting them out the way. They're introducing all of them to us in season 1. So we go to this other island, and essentially, what Luffy is trying to do, he's trying to find you know, the myth, the legend, the legendary One Piece, and he wants to become the Pirate King. So he's just building a crew. That's really all that's happening season 1. So that's really all I'm going to talk about. Let's see. He meets up with Sanji, and he's trying to just recruit a chef at this point because what crew, can survive without a chef? So Sanji's like one of the best chefs in the world. They meet up. They have a fight a few times. Then Sanji gets into a cook-off with another villain that comes out of nowhere. Like, and she's like, I have cooked against all these like competitors all over the world, and none of them have bested me. And so she essentially looks for Sanji, and it's like, I've heard you're good, so let's have a duel. Sanji wins that duel, and Sanji is at first doesn't want to join Luffy's crew, but his mentor, essentially kind of says, hey, this is going to be the best thing for you. He does some shit so that way he can just kind of get forced into joining Luffy's crew. And he ends up joining. But he's that one person in every anime that is just obsessed with girls. Obsessed. Excuse me as I take a sip of coffee. So yeah, he ends up joining the crew, and he's the one that's just obsessed with females. That dude, man, you put a girl in front of him, he just forgets about everything. He forgets about the whole objective. It's kind of insane. But he's a cool character as well. And then I believe after Sanji, we meet Nami. And Nami, I believe, is one of the last people they recruit for the voyage. I believe. I could be missing a few. Um, so we meet Nami, and at first when you meet her, she is like friendly, right? And she pretends to join your crew. I'm just gonna put it at that. She pretends to join your crew, and then we go to another island and we meet up with her again. And all I'm gonna say is she is a complete bitch at first. At first, because I'll be honest, I was like, yo, this bitch, yo, the next time we see it, yo, just cap her. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of her. Uh, but then the show is like, hold up, don't be so quick to judge. You know what I'm saying? What's the saying? Don't judge a book by its cover, right? And so I was like, all right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So I'm like, okay, give me the backstory. You know, maybe I'll feel bad. Maybe I'll be like, you know what? I understand now. And you know what? That's exactly what the hell happened. That's exactly what the hell happened. The One Piece creators were like, you know what? We're gonna make it seem like she's a complete and utter bitch, but then we're gonna make you feel like shit for thinking that about her. All right? And let me tell you, I did. I was like, damn, I was too quick to judge. You know what I mean? And all the reasonings and everything were like, damn, dog. Her backstory is one of the saddest fucking things I have ever seen in my goddamn life. I'm not even joking. It's truly one of the saddest things for a backstory. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. Um, and so Luffy and shit, Luffy ends up freeing her. Okay, freeing her, and she joins her crew out of essentially, in my opinion, out of just being thankful for it. You know, now she's free. She doesn't have to worry about these motherfuckers that were running her island and shit. Because essentially, what she was trying to do was she was trying to save up enough money and everything like that to be able to set her island free again. And Luffy was able to do that for her. It was a crazy ass battle, crazy ass fight, but he did it. He saved that whole island, and it was crazy, man. It was fantastic. Honestly, the storytelling, the action, and everything was fantastic, and the music to the fights also great. And the one thing about watching these older animes is that, you know, when you watch these newer animes, the animations are just fucking next level, right? The animations are next level, whether it be Shangri-La Frontier, Solo Leveling, Blue Lock, um, RE0, which has some really good freaking animations. If you're not watching that, you know, I would highly recommend that. Um, I'll go ahead and put a little post of that maybe right in the corner somewhere. Um, but yeah, like animations are just next level. Spy Family. I mean, the animation. There's just so many good animations. Dragon Ball Super and shit like that. Black Clover has some great anime. The list goes on and on. But either way, when you go back and watch these older animes, you appreciate it because some of these animations are just crazy. And then you're like, yo, how the hell did they do this back then? It's kind of insane. I mean, look at this weapon of damage, by the way. Like, ain't nobody gonna live through this. Um, so yeah, it's kind of like you appreciate them more. At least I do. You know, it has like this certain aspect to it, and it has like its charm. That's the word I've been looking for. It has the charm. So it was really good, very well done. Great fight too. Great fights in season one. Um, so yeah, so Nami joins, and yeah, she is essentially the what the heck's the word I'm looking for? She is the guide, essentially. She's like the map person because apparently that was her thing. She's uh like one of the best in the world at that, mapping the ocean and shit. So you know they obviously need a navigational person. So that's what they do. She joins the crew. She's happy and everything. And now they're making their way to the Grand Line. And I'm not gonna talk about season two stuff because I want to save that for my season two review if I decide to do one. If you guys want one, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll gladly do that for you guys. Do. Let's actually open this. Let's end this with a little boss room. All right. So overall, and hey, I'm hoping I'm not missing any characters. I don't think I'm missing any main characters for season 1. Because some of the villains do come back later on. And I just don't want to spoil it for anybody, you know? Like, man, and I don't want to put names or anything like that. So I really don't want to spoil anything. So that's why I'm like, I just want to talk about the crew and stuff like that and basic stuff that happens. And overall, just give my overall thoughts on the actual anime. Oh, I love the Void Beam. Oh, this is one of my favorite weapons in the whole game. I love it so much. I love it so damn much. So yeah, they're making their way to the Grand Line, but on their way to the Grand Line, that's when they meet this little girl who is essentially surviving on her own somehow in the middle of the goddamn ocean. And her story was also obviously very sad, which is like, One Piece, are you just trying to make people cry like on purpose at this point? Like, Jesus. And so her backstory is sad. And so Luffy and the crew decide to take her to her home, and shit's going on there. You know, there's essentially like poachers, if I'm not mistaken. And so they have to try to free the island from the poachers, save the granddad, and stuff like that. There you are, Groot. Mother son of a bitch. Where'd he go? He went over here. Ooh, Void Beam. Okay, perfect. Word. Okay. And so they do. They save it. I'm not gonna even like that is a spoiler, minor spoiler, yes. But honestly, like I said, that shit was nothing but filler. So like honestly, if you're gonna watch One Piece from season 1, like maybe you're like me and you're brand new to the anime, I would honestly recommend that you can skip like the last 4 to 5 episodes, honestly, of season 1. Obviously, you can watch them if you want to. I'm not gonna bother skipping because I also didn't know if there was gonna be some important stuff. And there is some like very minor character growth in that episode, like very minor. You honestly wouldn't miss it. So yeah, and I will admit those episodes did take me out of the season just a little bit, so my overall thoughts on it, One Piece season 1, honestly very good. Honestly very good. Music very good. The fights were awesome. Animations were on point. I was gonna say perfect, but it's too soon to be calling anything perfect in One Piece for me personally. So yeah, very good anime so far. I'm excited. Season 2 has honestly been very good as well, and that's all I'm gonna say. Like I said, I'm gonna keep my thoughts about season 2 for the season 2 review if you guys want that. And overall, season 1 was very good. I think it was very good, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed so far, and I'm excited to see where the story goes. I kind of see the picture, I see the vision, and I'm excited to see how it ends and where it's gonna go from here. I've heard that the story gets crazy and the animations and shit just get even more wild. So honestly, I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see what happens. Please don't spoil it for me. All right, in the comments, you guys have been great at keeping it up with positivity. Keep it up. All right, let's keep it up. No negativity. If you're gonna come with that negative stuff, I'm just gonna get rid of it, honestly. So don't waste your time. And yeah, those are my basic thoughts on One Piece. I know it was kind of all over the place. As y'all know, I don't like to script anything. I just want to give it to you how it comes out of my brain. So yeah, it was very good overall. Overall, originally I was gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I really was. But that was way too high for me personally. And like I said, the last few episodes kind of just really kind of bugged me. So for season 1, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. All right. And I don't know. I still don't know what to come up for a rating. I might have to say something like, I'm gonna give it 8 pastelillos, tu sabe, or like something. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. But either way, it's a solid 8 out of 10. Very good. I'm very impressed by it. And that's my review on One Piece Season 1. And I can't wait to see what happens in the future. So, mi gente, have you seen One Piece? If you remember Season 1, what are your thoughts on Season 1? How did you rate it? What did you think about it? And what did you think about those filler episodes? Maybe I just didn't, appreciate them for what they were. I don't know. But like I said, for me, they just didn't really cut it. But either way, mi gente, that's my review on season 1 of One Piece. And, you know, like I said, let me know your comments down below. So feel free to like this video if you did like it. This is my first review, by the way, like for a show. And so I obviously know I have to tweak it and stuff like that. So hopefully I did okay. Hopefully I did okay. Don't judge me too hard, please. Please don't judge me too hard. So alright, man, if you did like this video, please feel free to leave a like down below, comment down below, subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to Tech Based Gaming, where at Tech Based Gaming we just are here to talk anime, baseball, play video games, and just have an overall good time with good vibes. Alright, so mi gente, as always, it has been a tremendous pleasure. And like I said, if you want me to continue these, just let me know in the comments, all right? And as always, let the stress go, let the good vibes flow. This is your boy Chino signing out. Peace.